Hey everyone! Welcome back to English Podcast for Life. I'm Emma.
And I'm Lisa. And today we're diving into something really exciting, Halloween.
Ooh, Halloween. The one night of the year when it's perfectly acceptable to be scared, silly, or both at the same time.
Totally. You get to dress up as anything. Witches, zombies, superheroes, or even a giant slice of pizza if you want.
And you know what? Even if Halloween isn't a big deal in your country, you've probably seen it everywhere. Movies, TV, ads, TikTok, Instagram.
Exactly. Pumpkins, ghosts, candy, spooky decorations. It's almost impossible to avoid it once October rolls around.
Today, we're going to explore Halloween in a way that's fun and educational. We'll cover its history, symbols, traditions, vocabulary, and even some quirky facts you probably didn't know.
And don't worry, this isn't going to be a boring history lecture. Think of it as two friends chatting, laughing, and sharing the spooky and fascinating world of Halloween.
Yes, so grab a cozy drink, maybe some candy if you have it. Let's get into it.
Emma, what pops into your head when you hear the word Halloween?
I immediately think orange and black, pumpkins with scary faces, and the smell of autumn. Leaves, cinnamon, maybe even a little candy stuck in the couch cushions.
Yes, and for me, it's that perfect mix of fun and spooky. Like, I want to be scared just a little, but not too much.
That's exactly it. Halloween is playful scary. It's like the world gives you permission to pretend, scream a little, and laugh at yourself at the same time.
And it's so seasonal. Shorter days, crisp nights, cozy clothes. It's part of the autumn charm.
Plus, it's about community. Kids going door to door, neighbors decorating houses, adults throwing parties. There's something social and magical about it.
Absolutely. But here's the question. Why do we carve pumpkins? Wear costumes? Say trick or treat?
Don't worry, we're going to break it all down. By the end, you'll know everything, from ghosts to goblins, and even where bobbing for apples came from.
Let's start with the basics. Halloween is celebrated every October 31st, mainly in the United States, Canada, Ireland, and the United Kingdom.
But thanks to movies, social media, and pop culture, it's spreading everywhere. You can find Halloween parties in Japan, Brazil, Germany, and even places where it wasn't traditional at all.
And in some countries, people celebrate similar holidays, like Mexico's Dia de los Muertos or All Saints' Day in Europe.
But Halloween has its own vibe. It's spooky, playful, creative, and fun for all ages.
And it has changed a lot over time, from a serious festival about spirits to a celebration full of candy, costumes, and memes.
Okay, let's talk about why Halloween is so unique.
Number 1, costumes. People can be literally anything they want. That's freedom, people.
Number 2, safe scares. Ghosts, skeletons, witches, creepy music, but in a way that's playful. It's scary without being dangerous.
Number 3, trick-or-treating. Kids going door to door, saying a magical phrase and getting candy. So social, so cute.
Number 4, decorations. Skeletons, cobwebs, fake tombstones. Some people turn their houses into full-on haunted mansions.
And finally, pop culture influence. Movies, TV shows, Instagram trends. Halloween is everywhere, constantly evolving. Emma, tell me, did you grow up celebrating Halloween?
Oh yes, I loved it as a kid. Dressing up, running around the neighborhood, collecting candy, magical.
Favorite costume?
Probably a vampire. Black cape, fake fangs, dramatic flair. I thought I looked terrifying, but in a fun way.
For me, I discovered Halloween later through movies and English classes. It was new and fascinating. When I finally experienced it abroad, I couldn't believe how creative people got with costumes.
That's the beauty of Halloween. Nostalgia for some, adventure for others.
Okay, let's teach a few Halloween words for our learners. Spooky, a little scary but fun. Costume, special clothing you wear to look like someone or something else. Trick or treat, phrase children say at doors to get candy or play a harmless trick. Jack-o'-lantern, a carved pumpkin with a face and a light inside. Haunted, a place believed to have ghosts.
And don't worry, we'll naturally explain more words as we go.
So why is Halloween so popular worldwide?
Freedom. You can be silly, scary, glamorous, or completely weird. And it's socially fun. Kids, adults, parties, decorations, everyone participates.
Plus, it's entertaining. Movies, candy, themed drinks, costumes, Halloween is everywhere.
And let's not forget curiosity. People love a little mystery, darkness, and the thrill of pretending something is spooky.
Exactly. It's emotional, social, cultural, and commercial, all in one fun night.
All right, Lisa. Now let's travel back, way back. Halloween didn't start in America. It started with the ancient Celts in Europe over 2,000 years ago.
That's right. Mostly in Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and parts of England. Their big festival was called Samhain.
Samhain was a celebration of the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter. Imagine it as the ancient version of Halloween. Part party, part preparation for the cold months ahead.
And here's the spooky part. The Celts believed that on October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead became very thin. Spirits could cross over and visit the world of the living.
Some spirits were friendly, some were mischievous or even dangerous. People wanted to keep the mischievous ones happy, or at least avoid their trouble.
So they left food offerings outside their doors. And to protect themselves, they wore costumes and masks to disguise their identity. If a spirit couldn't tell if you were human, it might leave you alone.
That's where the idea of dressing up comes from. And it makes sense why scary costumes are still so popular today. Another big part of Samhain was bonfires. Huge outdoor fires were lit to protect people and scare away evil spirits.
And the fires were also used for fortune-telling. People would throw crops, bones, or other objects into the flames and try to predict the future. Will the winter be harsh? Will the crops be good next year?
So Samhain was spiritual, practical, and social all at once. People came together to celebrate, prepare for winter, and enjoy the thrill of the unknown.
Sounds a lot like modern Halloween, doesn't it?
Later, the Romans conquered Celtic lands, and their traditions blended with Samhain.
For example, the Romans had Feralia, a day to honor the dead, and a festival for Pomona, the goddess of fruit and trees.
Pomona's symbol was the apple, which eventually inspired games like bobbing for apples.
So Halloween became a mix of Celtic and Roman traditions, a spooky cultural smoothie.
Moving forward to the 7th century, the Christian church wanted to honor saints and martyrs, so they established All Saints' Day on November 1st.
The night before, October 31st, became All Hallows' Eve, which later became known as Halloween.
And the next day, November 2nd, became All Souls' Day, a day to pray for the souls of the dead.
So we end up with 3 connected days. October 31, All Hallows' Eve, Halloween, November 1, All Saints' Day, and November 2, All Souls' Day.
Even though Halloween became linked to Christianity, many of the older Celtic customs, costumes, spirits, and gatherings remained.
In medieval Britain and Ireland, people practiced souling.
Poor people, often children, would go door to door asking for soul cakes in exchange for prayers for the dead.
And then there was guising, which involved dressing up in costumes, singing songs or telling jokes, and receiving food or coins.
That sounds familiar, right? It's basically the early version of trick-or-treating.
Halloween's famous door-to-door tradition really does have centuries of history behind it.
So how did Halloween transform into the candy-filled holiday we know today?
In the 1800s, many Irish and Scottish immigrants moved to America, bringing their Halloween customs with them.
They brought costumes, door-to-door visits, and community gatherings. At first, Halloween in America wasn't just about candy. It was about social events and sometimes a little mischief.
Mischief, yes! pranks, minor chaos, things like tipping over outhouses, it was all part of the fun.
That's where the trick in trick or treat comes from. The playful idea that if you don't give candy, a trick might happen. By the early 20th century, communities wanted Halloween to be safer and more organized.
So instead of pranks, people encouraged costume parades, neighborhood parties, and trick-or-treating.
Trick-or-treating really became popular after World War II, with candy companies helping to turn it into the modern celebration we know.
So modern Halloween is the result of ancient rituals, plus medieval customs, plus American creativity.
And that's why it's a holiday that's spooky, fun, creative, and social, all at once.
Let's highlight some useful words from this history lesson. Pagan, a non-Christian religion, often nature-based. Harvest, the time when crops are collected. Spirit, the soul of a dead person or ghost. Disguise, hiding your true identity with a costume or mask. Tradition, customs passed down over generations.
These words come up a lot when talking about Halloween history, so they're great to know. All right, Lisa. Now that we've covered the history, let's talk about the fun stuff, Halloween symbols.
Yes, the things you see everywhere in October. Pumpkins, ghosts, witches, black cats, bats. It's like a spooky parade.
Let's start with the most famous, pumpkins, specifically jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh yes, people carve pumpkins with funny, scary, or creative faces and put a candle inside.
Originally, people in Ireland carved turnips instead of pumpkins. When immigrants came to America, they switched to pumpkins because they were bigger and easier to carve.
Pumpkins are now the symbol of Halloween, instantly recognizable. And they're orange, which is one of the colors we always associate with autumn.
Next, ghosts. Why are they everywhere on Halloween?
Ghosts are linked to the ancient belief that spirits of the dead could visit the living on Halloween.
And even though most people today don't believe in ghosts, we love pretending. Ghost decorations are fun, spooky, and a little silly.
And they give you that safe scare. The heart beats faster, but you're not in real danger.
What about witches? Pointy hats, brooms, mysterious potions. Why do we think of them on Halloween?
Witches were often feared in European history. On Halloween, the idea of witches mixes danger and magic. But today, witches are playful. Kids love dressing up as them.
And then there's bats. People associate bats with darkness, caves, and vampires. They're creepy, but also cute in cartoon form.
And of course, black cats. In medieval times, people thought black cats were magical or linked to witches. Now they're just a fun symbol of Halloween superstition.
Skeletons are everywhere too. They remind us of death, mortality, and of course, fun, scary decorations.
You also see fake tombstones, cobwebs, spires, and creepy lights. All of it creates that spooky Halloween atmosphere.
And it's important to notice, even scary symbols are playful. Halloween is scary, but in a controlled, fun way.
Let's talk about trick-or-treating, the classic Halloween activity.
Kids dress up in costumes and go door to door saying trick or treat, and they receive candy.
And we already talked about its history, souling, guising, and the American transformation.
Trick-or-treating is social, fun, and gives kids a sense of adventure. And for adults, watching them in costumes is pure entertainment. Another big tradition is Halloween parties, especially for adults and teens.
People go all out. Decorations, themed food, games, and of course, costumes. Some are scary, some are funny, some are clever.
Halloween parties are now a major social event, and they're perfect for English learners to practice conversation in a fun environment.
Let's not forget Halloween games.
Like bobbing for apples, which comes from ancient Roman influences. You try to grab apples floating in water using only your mouth.
Or scavenger hunts, costume contests, and haunted house tours, all designed to entertain while giving that mild thrill.
Homes become part of the Halloween fun. People decorate porches, yards, and even windows.
Some go simple, pumpkins and lights. Some go extreme, graveyards, zombies, moving skeletons, smoke machines. It's like a mini haunted village.
And decorating is another way Halloween brings people together. Families plan, friends collaborate, neighbors admire each other's work.
Let's review some Halloween words for traditions. Trick-or-treating. Children go door to door asking for candy. Costume party. A party where everyone dresses up. Bobbing for apples. A traditional game using apples in water. Jack-o'-lantern. A carved pumpkin with a candle inside. Haunted house. A place decorated to scare people.
These words are perfect for talking about Halloween in English. They're used in everyday conversation, movies, and social media.
Why do we love these traditions?
Because Halloween gives us permission to play, pretend, and explore the spooky side of life safely.
It's social. It brings communities together. And it's just fun. Dressing up, decorating, collecting candy. There's something for everyone.
Plus, it taps into curiosity. We love a little mystery, a little thrill without real danger. All right, Lisa, now let's take a trip around the world. Halloween isn't celebrated the same way everywhere.
Exactly. In the United States, it's huge. Costumes, candy, parties, decorations. But other countries have their own twists.
In Canada, it's very similar to the US, with lots of trick-or-treating and parties.
In the United Kingdom, Halloween used to be smaller, but it's become more popular recently. Kids dress up, go door to door, and people decorate their homes. But some traditions are still rooted in bonfires and ancient Celtic festivals.
And in Mexico, people celebrate Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. It's not exactly Halloween, but it's around the same time and honors the dead with colorful altars, food, and candles.
In Japan, Halloween is mostly about fun and costumes. People love dressing up in elaborate outfits and attending events or parades. Trick-or-treating is less common.
Some countries, like Germany or France, celebrate Halloween with parties and decorations, but it's not as big a tradition. And in some places, Halloween is combined with local customs, like festivals for spirits or autumn celebrations.
The takeaway? Halloween is global, but it's adapted to each culture. People celebrate in ways that make sense locally, which is fascinating.
Now let's talk about Halloween today.
One big trend is social media influence. People post costume photos, decorate their homes for Instagram, and share Halloween memes. It's become a visual holiday online.
Another trend is commercialization. Candy, costumes, decorations, themed food and drinks, it's a huge business. Stores start selling Halloween items months in advance.
True. And there's also inclusive and creative costumes. People are moving away from just scary costumes. Now you see clever, funny, political, or pop culture-inspired outfits.
Safety is also a modern focus. Communities organize well-lit trick-or-treat routes, reflective costumes, and monitored parties to ensure everyone enjoys Halloween safely.
Halloween wouldn't be the same without movies and TV. Think of classic horror films like Halloween, or family-friendly movies like Hocus Pocus or It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Music is big too. Thriller by Michael Jackson and other Halloween-themed songs are now seasonal classics.
And don't forget fashion and decoration trends. People love DIY crafts, elaborate costumes, and themed parties that look like they belong in a movie set.
Pop culture has made Halloween creative, theatrical, and very visual, which makes it perfect for social sharing.
So why do people enjoy Halloween so much?
Part of it is that it gives us permission to play. For one night, we can pretend to be someone else, explore fear safely, and enjoy a bit of chaos.
It's also about community. Neighbors meet, families celebrate together, and kids feel connected through costumes and candy.
And humans love a little thrill. Spooky decorations, haunted houses, and scary movies provide a controlled way to feel excitement and suspense.
Plus, Halloween taps into nostalgia. Many adults remember trick-or-treating as kids, which keeps the tradition alive.
Let's review some Halloween vocabulary that's useful today. Haunted house, a house designed to be scary, often for fun. Trick or treat. Children going door to door asking for candy. Costume party. A party where everyone dresses up. Pumpkin patch. A place where pumpkins are grown and sold, often visited in autumn. Jack-o'-lantern. A carved pumpkin with a light inside. Spooky. Playful, scary, not too frightening. Decorations. Items used to make a place look festive or scary.
And don't forget expressions like scared out of my wits or jump out of my skin, which are often used in Halloween contexts.
For English learners, Halloween is a great way to practice language and culture.
Yes, you can. Watch Halloween movies or shows in English, learn vocabulary from decorations and costumes, attend local events or virtual celebrations, read articles about Halloween history or pop culture.
And even if Halloween isn't common where you live, you can still enjoy it virtually. Watch videos, decorate a small space, or dress up with friends.
Here are some quick fun facts. The largest pumpkin ever recorded weighed over 2,600 pounds. Halloween candy sales in the US reach billions of dollars every year. The first recorded use of trick or treat in the US was in 1927. Some towns have whole streets turned into haunted attractions every year. Black and orange became Halloween colors because orange represents harvest and black represents darkness and death.
Amazing! Halloween is a mix of history, culture, fun, and even math if you count all that candy. So Lisa, what's your favorite thing about Halloween?
Honestly, the creativity. From costumes to decorations, people really express themselves. It's fun, social, and full of imagination.
I agree. And I love how Halloween mixes history, superstition, and play. It's one of the few holidays that appeals to both kids and adults equally.
And for English learners, Halloween is a goldmine. Vocabulary, culture, traditions, movies, and even fun social phrases.
So whether you celebrate it, watch it online, or just enjoy candy and decorations, Halloween has something for everyone.
Exactly. That's why it's one of the most beloved and global holidays today.
Thanks for joining us on this Halloween special of English Podcast for Life.
We hope you had fun, learned a lot, and maybe even felt a little spooky along the way.
Happy Halloween, everyone! And remember, stay safe, have fun, and enjoy every pumpkin, ghost, and piece of candy you can find.
Bye.
Bye.